On Friday the 7th of June 2019, I tweeted, "Ha ha ha, Kim Kardashian, remember when you were in Disaster Movie? Because I do." Obviously this tweet, it's just a little, it's hardly even a joke, it's not even that funny. But, I sent that out at 10:52 PM. As one retweet, one like. On Saturday morning, when I woke up, I got this message. "Your account is currently suspended. For more information, please log into twitter.com. So obviously my first thought was, why am I suspended? I didn't even think about the Kim Kardashian tweet for a good few minutes. And I was like, I don't even use Twitter that much. I scroll on it, but I don't really tweet things, and I especially don't tweet anything that would get me suspended. So I thought to myself, what have I done? And then it clicked. And I went on, because I can still access my own tweets. The last thing I tweeted was that Kim Kardashian tweet. When I say I was shocked, I was shocked. I have reported people before for real, proper racism, homophobia, transphobia, all sorts of stuff. And Twitter gives you a notification that says, "We have received your report and we agree it has violated our community guidelines," or something like that, blah, blah, blah. And then you go on that person's profile and nothing's happened, they're still tweeting. And I have tweeted this one tweet, and Kim Kardashian, and I know it was her, and I'll explain why in a second, has got me suspended. I was just editing this and I forgot to say that I appealed the suspension at 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I emailed Twitter support, and they said they've received my appeal. We'll review the information you provided and will respond as soon as possible. This was on Saturday at 12 o'clock. It's now Monday at 12 o'clock and they've still not replied. So I just felt like that information should be added in here. So on Saturday at 12:43 PM, I've just got screenshots here, I'll put them in here. I DM'd her on Instagram. I went, "Kim, this has gone too far. Why didn't you reach out to me personally and ask me to delete this tweet? Phone me please. Full kiss." So a little bit of background. I've always gotten well with the Kardashians, never had any issues before. I used to think they were really funny, and I used to love keeping up with them, until when Kim got married to Chris Humphries and divorced them basically straight after. I said, this is for publicity. I don't agree with this. She has used this man for publicity, and I put that view out there, and obviously a lot of people agreed with me, a lot of people didn't. The Kardashians definitely didn't, and things were never the same after I expressed that view. And then, I never got on with Kim ever again. Kourtney and Khloe, I think they're lovely girls, and then slowly, Kylie and Kendall started becoming the main stars of the family, and I just think they're so boring. I just think there's nothing interesting about them. They're not even funny, or definitely not talented. There's nothing likeable about them. So at that point, I kind of drifted away from the Kardashians. Never really had any sort of relationship with them since. Don't follow them on anything, don't follow me. So I never expected Kim to actually see this tweet, but obviously she still has her beef about the fact I said that Chris Humphries, she used him. So anyway, she ignored that DM. So at 3:09 PM, I tweeted Kris Jenner, her mum. I said, "Chris, can you get Kim to reply to me, please? I don't know what's gotten into her, but we need to talk." As you'd expect, no reply. So I waited a few hours, and then at 8:22 PM on the Saturday, I said, "Alright Kim, if you want to be petty, then go ahead. I'll be passing this on to Charles Biederman to see what he can do." Charles Biederman is the top entertainment lawyer in LA. And yes, I have his number. I haven't contacted him yet, but we'll have to see what happens. Which is why I'm making this video, because Kim, I know you're watching this. I don't want this to go to that level. I don't want to get lawyers involved. But my Twitter has been down for like 3 days now. And I checked every community guideline on Twitter, every rule. There's only actually like 3 of them. And it's basically, can't be discriminatory, can't post like gore, can't post people's private information. And I'm sorry, Kim, the fact you're in a disaster movie is not private information. You might be embarrassed by it, but it's not private information. If anyone who doesn't know, disaster movie is this awful. It's made by the same people who made Scary Movie and stuff. It came out in like, I don't know, 2009 maybe, as I guess. And it's so bad. And Kim's in it because at this point she wasn't actually really famous yet. She was just trying to force her way into the scene. Anyway, so, you know, I left it for 24 hours. Over 24 hours, and then she still hadn't responded. So I put it in my story. I went, at Kim Kardashian, DM me so we can put this behind us now. This is went beyond a joke. Whatever your issue with me is, don't dare try to bring down my business. Because, you know, Twitter has a big impact on your reputation. You know, if you don't have Twitter, you don't have followers, what do you have? You know, I mean, personally, I care about Instagram more than I care about Twitter, but it's all about branding. You can't just have your Twitter disappear. You know, I have a lot of like C-list people that follow me on Twitter. The Venga boys follow me. Cray Sean. A couple of YouTubers who are like C-list YouTubers. You know, those connections matter. And for Kim Kardashian to try and destroy that, all because I said I didn't agree with her marriage to Chris Humphries, you know, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. And I know it was her that got it suspended, because there's no way that a tweet that isn't against any rules would get suspended unless Kim Kardashian, billionaire, probably, I think she's a billionaire. Yeah, when she combine like Kanye's money, they're definitely billionaires. But she has strings in high places, you know. I bet she, on her account, has the ability to, you know, suspend people. So that's all I wanted to say. I just want to put this out there. Kim, I know you're watching. I will not be silenced. Just because you're embarrassed to be in a disaster movie doesn't mean that you can bully everyone until they forget. Because, if anything, it's just made me want to watch disaster movie even more. If you've never watched the movie, Kim gets crushed by an asteroid at one point, so maybe go check it out. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Kim, get me unsuspended, or my lawyers will be in contact. Thanks.